Oh, hey. Yo, what's up everybody? Ryan Murphy from USA, coming at you from Bangkok, Thailand, wanting to welcome you to the Bangkok Breakdown. So what is the Bangkok Breakdown? Well, basically, it's going to be me bringing you the ins and outs of Thailand and some more worldly perspectives and some of the things that I'm concluding and some of the messages that I'm getting. And I also want to bring some higher level concepts as well, so maybe things you're not thinking about all the time. I want to bring you guys some content that'll really make you think, and I want to relate that to the experiences that I'm having here in Bangkok and keep you guys updated in that way. So, without further ado, Bangkok Breakdown. So the first one that I want to bring up today is just going to kind of be a basic breakdown of Bangkok. So, questions. How's the weather? It's really hot. Currently it's pretty hot right now. I should actually look at the degrees. But it's been in the 70s, 80s, 90s, no problem, and this is just winter. So we'll find out how that goes in the spring, in the summer. We'll figure that out later. Songkran is supposed to be absolutely crazy, a lot of water, a lot of fighting, a lot of heat, and we'll see how that goes. So that's the weather. How would you describe Bangkok? I would personally describe Bangkok in one phrase, which would be a wonderful chaos. Now why is that? Well, it's chaotic as all heck. You gotta be on your toes no matter where you are. If you're on the street, if you're on a roof, there's birds flying. If you're on a street, there's obviously gonna be tuk-tuks, cars, taxis, and everybody drives crazy. The stopping distance doesn't exist here, and they're all very, very talented drivers. So that's, yeah, and it's, you know, there's a layer of dust on everything, which to some people is kind of a turn-off, but to me it's kind of cool. Because you're walking around and things you thought you needed to be clean. I mean, there's fish on the side of the road, just festering things there. There's meat of things that I would never even think of eating, just chilling on a, not on a tire, but I thought it was a tire. It's like just chilling on some wooden desk. There's all sorts of things happening here. All sorts of different foods that people are eating, and they're eating them in ways that we in America would be like, nope. But yeah, so it's just constantly new things, changing the way that we see things, and yeah. Why did I go to Bangkok, right? Why would I do that? I had a perfectly comfortable life back home in America. Why the heck would I make it all messed up by going to a place like Bangkok, Thailand? Well, answer simple enough. I'll answer it in one word, and that answer is challenge. Why challenge? Because it is so easy to just sit back, turn on Netflix, eat your popcorn or Pop-Tarts or whatever you eat that pops, and basically just atrophy. It's so easy to just rationalize atrophying yourself and just becoming filth over time. But after, you know, living in the States for a while and just watching lots of people that I thought were really cool, at least in college, you know, they're out there doing stuff, and suddenly we finish college and people just kind of sit around, and it gets kind of a bummer, you know. So I figured, you know what, I have an opportunity to study abroad. Here we go. So that's a big reason. Challenge for me. It's so easy to rationalize, like how everything here is like gross and disgusting and uncomfortable, and there's dirt everywhere, and it's hot, and the traffic sucks, and it takes forever to get anywhere. But you know what? That's the point. It's the challenge, it's the working with yourself and figuring out how to get places, and struggling to speak your own language to, for example, the woman on the street selling bananas. Just want to buy bananas? Of course, there's going to be some miscommunication there. Yo, did you want that sandwich? Oh, we're going to figure out how to pictogram sandwich or something like that. It's not usually that. They're usually more intimate discrepancies than that. What's the exchange rate? Currently, at least when I left, it was for $1, it was 32 baht. So 32 baht for $1. Well, which, yes, it makes everything cheaper, if you're wondering. I can pretty much buy everything for $1. Not everything, but a lot more things than you would expect for like $1. In my opinion, Bangkok is kind of like the world's biggest dollar store, which is actually to your benefit if you're watching this in the Western world. You've got lots of Europeans coming in, buying stuff, massive amounts of things. Honestly, looking at thinking about business ideas and the ways that I can just buy lots of stuff here and sell it for more in other places, I mean, that's a perfectly viable strategy. Street vendors, what are they like? Are they a problem? What's the deal with street vendors? Street vendors are everywhere. It's totally fine. I was just thinking about how the US would, I just don't think they would be okay with as many of the street vendors that there are here. There are so many, and I swear to God, there's one guy on the corner who is jacking people's shoes off of the train, out of the train station or somewhere. He's jacking them somewhere, and he's selling them. He puts them in a little bag, so you can't really open them and see that they've been used. I swear to God, that guy is selling used shoes. So, you know, it's also an attitude adjuster for people who think, oh, I can't start a business. I don't know anything about business. Dude, these people have a lot less education than you, especially if you've been to, you know, university. There's really no excuse for you not to be able to start your own business, and these guys are really showing it. There's a lot of entrepreneurial spirit here. Lots of things people are buying, like the shoes, for example. People buy stuff. I'm wondering where they're buying the stuff from, because it's so cheap. It's cheap for me, and they're buying it or selling it for what I think is nothing. How much are they buying it for in the first place, that they can pretty much bet their livelihood that they'll be okay by selling stuff of others, like that they're just selling stuff on the street? I mean, it must be a viable way of living, otherwise people wouldn't do it. But yeah, so street vendors. Also, they're very pushy as far as if you're white. Yeah, so there's that. If you are white or you're just not Thai and you look like a tourist, you are going to get heckled, and hey, come buy this, hey, come do a taxi ride, hey, come get a tuk-tuk ride. So keep that in mind. With that said, I think that's a pretty good place to stop. We hit a few of the main points already, and there's going to be more to come. I plan on doing these kind of video blog things, places like waterfalls, Chiang Mai, around elephants, all over Asia, Cambodia. So we'll see how these things go. I'm chilling on the rooftop, by the way, which is pretty cool. There's a lot more rooftop access over here. But yeah, so with that said, stay tuned, keep watching, and I will have more stuff for you guys in the future.